I would say I'm overweight. I weigh about 160
How tall are you?
and 5'7".
Okay.
And I mean, like this is just personal. Like the short hair thing isn't in with my generation, so they don't really kind of care for like the natural and stuff. So that's kind of.
Who told you that?
Huh?
Who told you that?
Oh, no one really told me. This is kind of like what I'm seeing in my surroundings. Like they prefer like women with the long hair and stuff.
So where do you live?
Alabama.
Okay. Women with short hair win. So let's get to you're 23. How old?
Yeah.
So why aren't you fit at 23?
It's not something I made like a priority.
Okay.
And then,
fair.
Like,
Fair. Do you want to be married one day?
I do.
You want children?
I do. I have one child actually.
How old is your child?
He is 2.
Where's the child's father?
We are not together.
How long were you guys together?
About 3.5 years.
Why did you guys get married?
We were actually engaged before she was born, but we didn't get married because he had some issues on his end. I know.
Well, why'd you have a
like
baby?
That sounds crazy.
Why'd you have a baby with him?
Because like once we got engaged, like I could see our future.
No. Because you were reckless. The one thing I make you ladies do is stop trying to soften things. You're 23 years old with a 2-year-old in Alabama. You wrecked your chance for being with anybody. That's just the harsh reality of it.
Yeah.
So all this, I could see our future. You should have got that future. Where is he at now?
He is currently in another state.
All right. Well, I'm an advocate for men, and I'm gonna. Do you have a son or a daughter?
I have a daughter.
All right. Well, I'm looking out for men, and I'm looking at the men that would have to come in to be a stepfather, and a woman who's not exercising, taking care of her body, and a woman who made a poor decision and decided to have a baby before you were married. That's not a good candidate for marriage with that mindset.
Yeah.
So you got to address those harsh realities.
Yeah. I'm gonna work on those things because I do want to be married. That's like a big part of my future.
Why? Why do you want to be married?
Because growing up, like my mother was married. She did get divorced, but she was married to my stepdad for about 7 years, and it was they had a good relationship. But
I asked you why you want to be married.
Oh, why do I? Because I just want to have a companion and a family and just like.
That's a companion right there. Buy a dog.
Huh?
Buy a dog. That's a companion.
No, not a dog.
Men aren't companions. See, women like yourself come in and you say you want to get married, and you're trying to get some sort of feeling or a picture. Marriage is work. It's not fun. It's not going to make you or complete you. It's going to be more work than you've ever done in your life. It's hard.
Yeah.
Do you want to do that?
I do want to put in the work for my marriage.
And if you want to do that, you'd be doing it now.
Yeah.
To prep for that. See, that's where you ladies fail. You want a man, then you want to do the work. No. You do the work, and then the man sees you doing the work, and then he sees wife.
Yeah.
So it's not a matter of being a 3 or a 5. It's a matter of being lazy.
That's true.
And
But
no one tells you ladies the truth. They just collar you and tell you, it'll be all right, sis, keep your head up. But I'm going to tell you, no, guys will have sex with you. They'll take it out back, but put a ring on it as a, see, you need to hear what I'm about to say in the spirit in which I'm about to say it. You had to work harder than any other group of women because you're a baby mama. You got to work harder than your single self because you got to overperform the market. You can't just make a C. You got to make an A.
yeah,
And it starts with putting in that kind of work.
yeah. I totally agree because just a little tidbit about me, but the guy I'm seeing,
Erica, y'all come in and y'all want to, it's like you want what you not doing. And that's not Erica. Unmute yourself. You ladies want what you're not doing.
Hi, Mr. Singh.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm okay. How old are you?
41.
41. All right, 41 years old. Where would you rank yourself in the marketplace?
8.
Out of what, 100?
Okay, what is it? Will we rate from 1 to 10?
Yeah.
Okay, 9.
Okay. Have a good day. Whole thing. She thought that was gonna be funny, didn't she? There she is, y'all. See? She came on to just have fun. That's an 8 or a 9 on a scale from 1 to 10. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 Now I'll bring you back on if you want to act. If you actually want to be sensible. If you're not gonna be sensible, I'll just take my. No, you're just talking. You're muted. Okay. This is your last chance. So, ma'am, I'm running a business here. So, and I'm trying to be serious and do work. You're 41 years old, and you know you're not a 9 or a 10, an 8 either. And if you are, who's a 10? If you're an 8, who's a 10?
I'm the 10.
Mm-hmm. There it is, y'all. What state you live in?
Louisiana.
Uh-huh. Right. Go ahead and get out of this system.
Sir?
What does she call for?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Go ahead and get out of this system. What else you call for since you're a 9 or a 10? What else you call for?
Oh, I was trying to give some advice. I'm an entrepreneur and I have 7 kids.
Mm-hmm. Go get an 8th one. That's what you do. Mm-mm-mm. The modern Louisiana woman, y'all. That wasn't even worth making fun of. I'm like, I'm not even gonna troll you. I'm like, see, when you're bound to the nightclub, and clubs usually close at 2 o'clock in most places, so about 1:30 is when this last call for alcohol. But a funny thing happens at around 12:30. The club goes into overdrive. The music is pumping because you do most of your liquor sales between 12:30 and 1 o'clock. Why? Because guys are trying to get laid. And it's like everybody is hooking up. And you can watch the crowd just get full. And then the club starts emptying out. About 1:15, what's left is what's left. About 1:30, the club is left with women like her. And the only guys that are left in the club with women like her are guys that just got out of jail for 35 years. I mean, it's like the most desperate of desperate dudes. And that's the kind of person that even at 1:30, she could be sitting you Hennessy shots. And he's like, can't do it, man. Can't do it. Send him a double Hennessy on me. And he's like, I ain't been laid since I went in. Dudes will leave the club and be like, fuck it, dog. It's Jergens for me. Me, Jergens, and Rosie Palmer. Dudes would rather do that, be like, man, what happened, man? I thought you was going to have to hook up last night. Yeah, I did, man. What happened? Big Shirley was there. You mean Big Shirley from the weave shop? Yeah. The Bonafide 9 with 7 kids? Yeah. The entrepreneur? Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. You knocked that off? Hell no. I didn't fuck Big Shirley. Why? I didn't want that on my conscience. I didn't want that on my conscience. You gotta live with that memory? Like, damn, man, remember back in the day when you came out of county? Yeah, you hooked up with Big Shirley. What? Man, don't be saying no shit like that. Man, you did hook up with Big Shirley. Right, yeah, you know what, the long weave and shit? Yeah, dude. You smashed Big Shirley? God damn, bruh. I didn't know you was bad. I knew you was down bad, but I know God, I see y'all in the Zoom room. I'll get y'all in a minute. I know you was down bad like that, man. We could have just pitched in and got you a hooker or something, man. You put Big Shirley? Man. And you know she's going to be around talking. Dollar General. Yeah, I got with Harold. He didn't last for 3 minutes. Shit, I sent him 2 double Hennessy's. I thought I'd at least get 20 minutes out of a dude who been in county for 6 months. It's funny because it's true.
The job is great.
Oh my God. Okay. Back to reality. All right, let's get back to reality. All right. Michelle, Alexis, Ty, what her name is, Ty, your mic's not connected, and Mary Louise Schmidt. Okay, Michelle, you ready? You got yourself together now? She's a little excited earlier.
I'm together.
How are you?
I'm together.
So if the last woman was a 9, woo, you must be doing all right. How old are you?
I'm 35.
All right, where would you rank yourself on the sexual marketplace?
On the sexual marketplace?
On the dating marketplace, that's the sexual marketplace. The dating marketplace is the sexual marketplace.
Oh. I would say about a 5.
Any children?
I do. I have a child.
How old?
He's 6 years old.
Were you married?
Yes.
Okay. Was the child conceived?
I was married for 12 years.
So you and the father, okay. So how tall are you?
It's a big one. I'm 5'9".
Okay. How much what's your dress size?
I wear 5'10".
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
200 pounds.
Huh? 200?
200 pounds.
You know, if you want to date, you're going to have to drop substantial weight.
Yes.
So when do you plan on doing it?
Well, I work out now. This week I started. I went vacation in the summer. I finished another program in school, and then I went vacation. So
What question did I ask you? What question did I ask you?
I forgot.
Then what are you talking about?
I don't know. I just started going into a life story.
You know, what you start doing is when women get uncomfortable about stuff, they start babbling. I said, when do you plan on starting to work out?
Oh, I started yesterday. I know it seems so.
You said you work out. Okay, ma'am, you said you work out. Okay? Which the implication is you work out consistently to do something about it. But you just started yesterday. That's not working.
No.
So don't lie. This See, y'all are the first ones you want to talk about. You want a man who's honest, but y'all the biggest liars. You just got up here and lied for no reason. So let's retract. Why? Why? Okay, turn the volume down on your phone because I'm getting feedback. Why, if you know that fitness and men are visual, why not choose to do something about that? If you want to date.
Oh no, maybe depression.
What's the name of your therapist?
Um, Dr. Bauer.
How long you been seeing your therapist?
For about 3 years.
And has there been a clinical diagnosis of depression?
I don't want to talk about that.
Well, you put it out there, ma'am, so I'm going to challenge whether or not you're really depressed. See, depressed people see somebody and act on a doctor's orders. And depression, if it's clinical depression, that means it's a long-term condition that you're not responsible for, so it's managed by medication. If it's short-term, like many of us have had, you do with it. See, but you brought it in, and you don't want to talk about it.
It's long-term. I have medication.
All right. Okay, then it's no different than having insulin. It's a condition we treat. But there are people who have long-term depression, and it still doesn't keep them from living a fit, active life.
Right.
See, what you've done is you've made several excuses, and that's fine. Whatever your reasons are, they're your own. But ma'am, the dating marketplace is vicious, and the world doesn't owe you understanding, or me either. Men could go out there and have a heart of gold, but if he's short, fat, and broke, he gets nothing. As a woman, if you choose to want to date, and you want a man that's worth something, you're going to have to work for him. Or you can choose.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, seriously, you have a son, right?
Yes.
Would you want him to bring home a woman making the kind of excuses and reasons you make?
No, I'll probably put her out my house.
Well then, thank you. So why, if that's the case for your son, why don't you have that same energy for you? You're dealing with somebody else's son.
You're right. You're right.
See, I'm gonna say this. In particular, black men. Black men, the average sister don't think y'all are worth nothing. Y'all ain't nothing to strive for. Y'all ain't nothing to work for. But if you put Brad up here, first thing women like her would do, they run to the truth. Because they know that shit won't fly in other communities. She damn sure wouldn't try that with Hispanic, Asian dude. Wouldn't work. That's why I say people can call me rude or say I'm just to the point to where I look at the rank of disrespect and the way so many of our women look at men. And I'm like, damn, I'm a baby mama. Take me as the way I am. It'd be good to get me. Unmute yourself. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 22.
All right. Any children?
No, I don't have any children.
All right. Where would you rank yourself on the sexual marketplace, the dating marketplace?
Honestly, I would rank myself around a 7 or an 8.
Okay. Yeah, we can't do 7. That's okay. How tall are you?
5'3".
5'3"?
Mm-hmm.
What's dress size?
6.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
137 pounds.
And you give yourself a what ranking?
I said 7 or 8.
I'll give you an adjustable 6. I wouldn't give you an 8. An 8 puts you in, adjustable 6 means you go from cute to pretty, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It's the area where you could decide to go, the lowest you are is cute, but if you decide to turn it up, you could be up there on the quote-unquote Beyonce level, but it's not how you walk out of the house every day. I mean, I think more women need to understand that being an 8 is the top 20% of all women. And it's just unrealistic. If you're a dress size 6, at your age, I would say the closer you are to 4, you give yourself some room to grow with age and with marriage and that kind of stuff.
Yes, I've been, I graduated college about a year ago, and I gained a little bit of weight, so I was a size 4, and so my mom was like, Mary, you need to get in the gym, girl.
Yep.
So I've been in the gym, and, just trying to get it.
I mean, it's so when you get, and that's if you're an adjustable 6 and you're a 4, that gives you the best of both worlds. So you got room to work with. Just make sure you start now and don't get to a position where you become an 8, dress size 8, because it becomes harder. Let me get the rest of these folks. All right. Let's see. We got her camera's off. Anika, you ready? Wave. She's not by the camera. Anika, wave. All right. There we go. Hello, Anika. How are you?
Hello.
That's a delay.
Am I muted?
Okay, you sound like you have. Okay, I'm gonna mute you because it sounds like you have me on the YouTube channel as well. And if so, I'm getting a feedback. So it sounds like a loop. So I'll bring you back when you have all the other windows closed and just you can't open. Alexis, go ahead and mute yourself.
Hello.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 21.
All right. Where would you rank yourself on the dating marketplace? The sexual marketplace?
Oh, gosh. A 6.
Okay. How tall are you?
5'4".
Dress size?
0.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
113.
You're 5'4" and 113 and dress size 0? That doesn't make any sense. No.
When I, so,
No.
when I try dresses on, they don't usually have a size to it.
Okay, then.
It's usually small.
No. One thing I don't do on here is I don't like when women come on lying. That's disrespectful. Do you like me to lie to you? Do you like me to lie to you?
No.
Then stop lying to me. Because just say, I don't know my dress size. But saying a dress size 0 at 5'4" would make you to be about 90, 95 pounds.
Okay, then I don't know my dress size.
So ended the conversation. Just like a woman. Don't play that shit. Hello. Your audio, September Melody. How are you?
I'm on. Okay, sorry. 1 second. I need to mute the background.
Yeah, you do. How old are you?
All right. Hi. I'm 21 years old.
I'm still getting background. 21 years old.
Grandma. My girlfriend and I are watching your show.
Okay, yeah, that's good, but you gotta have the background noise off. I can't. Okay, I'll come back to both of you, ladies. When you come on this show, if it's already playing, it takes about 30 seconds to clear all that out. So if I click on you and you're listening to me, that means we'd have to sit there for about a minute and a half before we catch up. And that makes a very bad TV. Mm-hmm. So, let's do this. Okay, and you're on both screens now. Okay, you're on two screens now. So, okay, you jumped over from this to that. All right, Anika, you back? Hello, how are you? Let me get this right. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
There we go. That's better audio. How old are you?
40.
40?
Yes.
You have any children?
I do. Yes.
All right. Are you single or married?
I'm single.
Where would you rank yourself on the dating or the sexual marketplace?
I think a 6.
Okay. How tall are you?
5'8".
Okay. Dress size?
8'10".
Okay. How much did you weigh last time you stepped on the scale?
158.
All right. And how many kids do you have?
1.
Okay. You said 8'10", dress size, 8'10", 40 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you're about on time. I think you're about 6. I think that's pretty accurate. I think that's pretty accurate.
Okay.
6 is cute. And it's hard for any of us over 40 to really be 9s and 10s. I mean, we got a factor for age for all of us. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good place to be. And see, the good thing about being a 6, you can stay 6 into your 70s. Or Diane, think about some of the black. It's rare, as long as you maintain weight and firmness of skin and that kind of stuff. Until we actually physically start to show age, that's when it starts to go down. But because of melanin and things like that, we get a little bit longer on the outside. So, yeah, congratulations for having a pretty damn accurate rate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We've got a winner, damn it. Thank you. Hold on just a second, folks. All right. Godfather's back. Upcoming trips. I'll be headed back out to LA, Beverly Hills here in the next 3 weeks. I'll be headed back to New York City as well. So, Anika. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. All right. Any children?
No.
All right. What would you rank yourself on the sexual marketplace? The dating marketplace?
I would rank myself at a 6.
6. How tall are you?
5'8.5".
5'8.5".
Yes.
Dress size?
An 8.
How much did you weigh last time you stepped on the scale?
150.
Okay. I would say you're in the ballpark. I would give you a 6. But the problem I would say is, why do you have the face jewelry?
Um.
That you drop a point for that.
Okay.
It drops you a full point. Did you know that?
I did not.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a very blunt question, okay?
Okay.
What thorough men or men worth something say they like women with nose rings?
Can you repeat the first part of the question?
What
please?
men, what thorough gentlemen, what men of value, what men who are doing something out here and worth something say, I want a woman with a nose ring? Especially at bull thing.
Okay. I'm not too sure. I couldn't give you a...
What percentage of the men of men in that category? What percentage of men in that category say they want a woman with those kind of things? Just guess.
a small amount, maybe less than like 10%.
Okay. Do you want a man in that category?
Yes. Not in the less than 10%.
Excuse me?
I said yes, not in the less than 10%.
No. Of the men who are worth something, less than 10%, according to what you said, want women with nose rings and stuff. So
Right.
by doing that, by logic, that would tell you to take that out. So
Right.
you make yourself available to the other 90%.
Okay.
I mean, unless it means something so much to you to where you automatically are okay with dropping the kind and caliber of man you attract. Does it matter that much to you?
It doesn't.
All right, take it off.
Okay.
Have a good day. That's why when I talk to my clients, when I deal with my clients, when I do image consulting, it's the same thing. I ask the same question. Are the things you wear important enough for you to drop your ranking? Deirdre. Hello.
Yes. Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
I'm 30.
30. Any children?
Yes, I have one, a 6-year-old daughter.
Are you single or married?
I am single.
All right. Where would you rank yourself on the open dating marketplace, the sexual marketplace?
Right now, I would say probably a 5.
How tall are you?
5'2".
Dress size?
10.
How much did you weigh last time you stepped on the scale?
155.6.
All right, you got the 0.6, and you're 5'2"?
Yes.
When are you going to start working out 4 to 5 times a week?
I've been working out every day for the last 3 weeks. Doing insanity.
Insanity, is that a home workout?
Yes.
Okay.
It's not fun.
Have you seen any weight loss?
Right now, no.
Okay.
Not right.
That show you right then it's not working. If you're working out, listen. If you're working out, what I said, 4 to 5 times a week for the last 3 weeks, and you have not seen any weight loss, that is an ineffective workout program. This is why I say, ladies, if you want to be competitive, you're going to have to spend some money. Get a personal trainer and go to the gym. Why? Because the gym puts pressure on you. Gym puts pressure on you because you got to go in there and be seen.
I do have a question, though.
Oh, before we do that,
Mhm.
we're talking about getting an outcome. It's not supposed to be pleasurable. Go ahead.
Well, my question is, because I have been working out, do you think it would be better to get a nutritionist? Because I think I've been working out, but I haven't changed my eating habits and changed my eating habits.
Personal trainers will prescribe a diet.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nutritionists aren't personal trainers, but most personal trainers, because they're going to talk to you about your nutrition.
Okay.
I am against home workouts for novices. I'm only for home workouts for people with a long history of working out, years, because the discipline is not there for the 80% of the people.
That's true.
So, yep, go ahead and take about $300 a month, get a personal trainer. Drop some. Get back to your fighting weight. Get back to your fighting weight. All right. So here we go. Oh, she's over here now. September. She's marketing herself over here. Hello.
Kevin,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you over here marketing yourself? I got all these IG links. No, I'm just kidding. How old are you?
I didn't even notice that. I'm 21 years old.
All right. How tall are you?
I'm 5'10".
All right. Where would you rank yourself on? Do you have any children?
No.
Where would you rank yourself on the open dating marketplace?
My grandma says 9. I'd say, only because you said sweetie was an adjustable 6, I'd say an adjustable 6. So.
You said, no, I'm asking you, where would you rank yourself? Not your grandma,
Well,
you.
You're right. If you ask me, when I look in the mirror, I feel pretty happy. I'm going to say a 10 then. Like, I feel happy, but I know in the world, it's
10?
different.
You're 5'9"?
5'10".
5'10", and what'd you say your dress size was again?
2 through 4.
I mean, you're model height. You're model-esque. I mean, so obviously you can model, but, you know, I would say, and take no disrespect, not all models are, like, you familiar with Grace Jones? Grace Jones was a model from back in the 70s. And that woman had beautiful skin, beautiful features, but a lot of people thought she looked like a man. I would say you have a model's looks. So that puts you in the 8 category. 9, yeah, you can get to that level, but it's going to be very subjective. But you have a look. But as tall as you are and as thin as you are.
But I got a booty, so don't cheat me just yet. I'm a slim thick 5'10".
Okay. Still as tall as you are, that nicks you out for guys typically under 6 feet. So that means you're going to have to overperform average women, even with your level of fitness and your overall look. Because you'd be amazed at how many women your height find it difficult to date because they tend to want the same things most women want. Successful men, blah, 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 blah. But because you automatically want men who are roughly 10% of the population, which are 6 feet tall. And then a man who's making...
How am I supposed to... how do I compete? What are the moves how do I switch lanes? What am I doing?
Were your mother and father married?
I'm a love child. My parents were not married. They were married to different people.
Okay, well, then you have to overperform in femininity. You can't just do it in looks. You can't just do it in looks. I mean, the respect, that'll pass. Even you slim thick with a booty, so what? You got to overperform in femininity. It's not the matter of attracting a man, it's keeping somebody. What's the longest relationship?
Longest?
3
years.
And you're 22?
21.
21. Oh, when was this?
This is in high school, so I don't even know if this really counts.
I know
was
it does.
16.
Okay, so it doesn't count. So yeah, you know, you were born with a certain amount of privilege, but that privilege is only going to last through your 20s. But if you don't match it with some substance to what men want, it'll just be a waste. So this is why I tell women like you to start understanding what it is you want, what kind of outcomes you want. This is where femininity coaches, no different than if you were going to model, right? You'd have an agency behind you. They'd have to teach you how to walk and everything else. You better be prepared to invest, because by virtue of your height, you're automatically down to the top 10% of men just on height before socioeconomic status. All right, I got to get to the next person. Last question. Go ahead.
All right. So if I'm 5'9.5", does that do anything? And where am I going to with the coaches, femininity coaches? Any recommendations?
Nope, I don't, because then that's an endorsement. And being 5'9.5", 5'10" doesn't change anything. You wear heels to make sure I'm 6 feet.
All right, thank you, Kevin.
You're welcome. Yeah, see, a lot of times being tall, some women wish they were tall, but tall is a mixed blessing. Like my mom's 5'9", my father's 5'8". Yeah, weird. But today, you have so many women who want men of a certain income status. So if you want them tall and making some money, oh yeah. I see you, Mary. I got to get back over to. She didn't connect the last time. Mary, you ready? Ready? All right, Taia, you're next. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Did you call in the other day?
No.
Okay. How old are you?
35.
Any children?
Yes.
How many?
4.
Are you married?
No.
How many fathers?
3.
Would you rank yourself on the dating marketplace?
6.
How tall are you?
Huh?
How tall are you?
5'8".
Dress size?
10.
Say again?
10.
It sounded like you said 10.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Are you typing or something?
No.
Okay. How much did you weigh last time you stepped on the scale?
180.
And you gave yourself what kind of ranking?
6.
I think you know that's not accurate, man.
Really?
I mean, are you being optimistic a little bit?
Yes.
Oh, why?
No, because I think I'm a 6.
No, you're about a 3 or 4. I'll give you 4 on a good day.
Really?
Well, ma'am, you have 4 children. Okay? You're 35, right? You're not I don't believe you're a dress size 10. I believe you're about a 12, 14. I think you're every bit of 200 pounds. Just judging on your face and your carriage around your chest. So, yeah. I think in your youth, you were a 5, maybe a 6 when you decided to dial it up. But when you start having children and things like that, so the weight really impacts.
Yes.
So, have a good day. All right. She left. So who's next? Look, she had been smoking. She got 5 on it. She looked zooted like a mud. Boy, you're like, let me get out of this. Get out of this thing. Hey, Godfather, how you doing? It's 420 over here. How you doing? Like a Wednesday, she still got the Popeyes 2 pieces from yesterday. Munchies like a motherfucker. Hello?
Hello, Kevin. How are you?
I am well. How are you?
Good.
How old are you?
23.
23. Any children?
No.
Single or married?
Single.
How tall are you?
5'4".
Dress size?
About between a 4 and 6.
How much did you weigh? How much did you weigh the last time you stepped on the scale?
About 135.
And where would you rank yourself on the open market?
I'd say about a 7, 8.
My system, you can't use 7.
Why not?
I don't have to explain it to you. I said you can't use 7.
Why?
Young lady, I'm going to say it one more time.
What number should I use?
The right one, which is a 5.
A 5?
Yeah. They're a bit of a 5.
Why would I be a 5?
Because you're average.
Okay, and what makes me average?
Because you look average. You go in the club, you stand in a long line. You don't get in VIP. You stand in line with the men. It's not a bad thing. You don't ride
not
up.
even a 6?
No, not even a 6.
Wow.
Why, man? What's wrong with being average, though?
There's nothing wrong with being average.
Then why you keep at? Because I told you you can't use a 7, but you're not an 8. There's no way you're an 8. Because if you're an 8, we need to. Again, like I said, and now your rankings are falling even worse because now you're getting into your combative masculine. I didn't make it this way, ma'am, and whether I say it or anybody else says, it's not going to change the reality. We all look like what we look like. So you either become the best version of your 5 or you become pissy about it. Still a 5. You want to give you an example?
Okay.
I'm going to give you an example. You can't use 7 because 7 is a number that most people try to use. People who are 6s try to give themselves a 7, and people who are 8 try to give themselves 7. Some people try to hedge up, some people try to hedge down. When you take out 7, it makes you understand a person's mindset. And your mindset was to give yourself more than you were. And I'm going to say something. I need you to hold on because it's not an insult, but it's going to sound like one. I need you to hold on, okay?
Mm-hmm.
If you go back to 1983, 1985, go look at the movie Whoopi Goldberg's character, not on the movie. Go look at pictures of Whoopi Goldberg back in the early 90s. Why is that insulting? Whoopi Goldberg's not an ugly woman. Why is that?
That does sound like an insult.
Okay, well, since you want me to, I'm not going to feed you delusion. When was the last time you went out?
Like on a date?
No, out partying, out hanging out, socializing. So you have to pay a cover charge to get in. Right. You go to college?
Yes.
Parties on campus, were they free? Or do you have to pay a cover charge?
Most of them were free.
Have you ever gone to a nightclub?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have to pay to get in?
No.
Were you sitting in VIP?
No.
Was there a VIP in the club?
Yes.
Did the women in VIP look like you?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention.
The women in VIP look like, see, not a good game with it. So you want me to push it and go there, man. Do the women in VIP look like you?
Yes, they do.
No, they're female. That doesn't mean they look like you. Now, I've been as polite as I can. And I try to be as reasonable as I can. You make light of the things I'm saying. I'm like, all right, cool. what I'm saying. I don't think Whoopi Goldberg's an ugly woman. She's an average looking woman, especially back then. But your ranking of yourself does it match up with your outcomes? You men
You trying to
who
say I
are
look like Whoopi Goldberg because I got my hair up?
no, I'm saying, well, that doesn't hurt for that particular reference. For her, it was like that in the movie. See, one thing when you ask yourself that question, do the kind of men who are chasing after 8, 9, and 10 actively approaching serious relationships? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
The answer is no, they don't. And see, this is part of the problem with lying to them. Telling them everybody's beautiful, everybody's a 10, everybody gets a trophy. Hearing the truth is offensive. But the reality of everybody's lived life is you know what you get in the world. So I get to be the asshole that has to keep telling women being a 5 as an average does not mean you're ugly. It just means you're not pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous.
Well, that's your opinion.
And this is what it means. This is what it means. Okay. Then man, go get your Revlon or your Ford model contract and enjoy the runway. And your attitude is ugly. See, this is the problem when you sit around telling everybody's beautiful in their own way. I need my critics and detractors to listen and listen well. You're hurting women by doing this because they believe you. They believe you. That's why they think I can just be this when I wait until then if I go to the club and I dress myself up and look this way, look that way, then they go in and they don't get the outcome they think they're gonna get. They're like, whoa, wait a minute, I've been told all my life that no. That's your opinion. Those are my eyeballs. I'm about to get off of here in a minute because I don't want to go. I don't want to. Who said sideshow Bob? Man, you wrong for that, man. There's that little smirk thing she was doing over there. I'm like, what the hell? Hello? It's dark where you're at.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can. Yeah, it's dark. Oh yeah, you got me on background. You got me on loops. Can't have me on in the background. All right, we're gonna pick a couple more. Got to cycle through here. And guys, understand, I tried to be as delicate as possible, but when I met with,
Hi.
hello, how are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I am well. How old are you?
28.
28. Any children?
No.
All right. Single or married?
Single.
All right. What would you rank yourself on the open dating market?
I would say 4.5, 5.
Okay, how tall are you?
5'7",
Dress size?
2,
How much did you weigh last time you stepped on the scale?
132.
5'7"?
Correct.
I'd actually give you a 6. 6? Actually,
Okay.
6 plus. I can't give you an adjustable 6, but I said 6 plus. I mean, you're cute. Your skin is smooth.
Thank you.
So, I mean, they're certainly not below average. So, no. And then, whether you work out or not, you're still height, weight, proportional. So, yeah.
I do work out.
I said whether you do or not. I'm just saying, your height, weight, proportional. See, we as men, all we care about is the outcome. You could work out 50 times a week or don't work out. As long as you stay right, we're good.
I think I ranked myself there because I'm African, and dating in the African community is very competitive because we're very competitive naturally.
Well,
So
I just date what I see. I just rank what I see. Um, I got to keep it that way. Appreciate it. See, it's easier to rank somebody who's at least trying to be realistic. See, the difference between what we just saw is that woman, the last woman, will have better outcomes than the previous woman because she at least understands that the dating marketplace is competitive. The woman that I had to go into was entitled. You can't be average and entitled. Average at best on top of that. And then, why can't I have this? Why can't I be a 7? Why can't I be this? That dropped her to a 3. That's ugly. And unfortunately, women have been allowed to do that kind of stuff because men, people profit off of telling you guys what you want to hear. And sadly, as guys, men can't go out into the world and do this kind of stuff because if we do, the world tells us real quickly what we really are. The world tells men real quickly what we really are. So the purpose of doing shows like this is not to, I know it's going to be a sensitive topic, and I know some people are clicking to see, am I going to roast somebody? That's not the purpose. The purpose is to try to give a better approximation of what's out there and where you could potentially rank. That's it. It's not uncommon for some women to overrank themselves. It's not uncommon for some women to underrank themselves. The goal is to try to bring both of these into somewhat parity to where you can actually price yourself accordingly to what the market is. So if you're not trying to put $80,000 on a Honda Accord, or conversely, you're not putting $10,000 on a Mercedes AMG. See, one way we're like, oh, who would do that? We wouldn't accept 10 grand on a Mercedes AMG. We'd say that person's getting ripped off or ripping themselves off. But we don't say a woman putting $80,000 on a Honda Accord is overpriced. That's why you get that the 23-year-old and then even that woman talking about, I'm a 9, I got 7 kids. Our community. But Friday is going to be the appreciation show, celebration show. Next week, we are going to get it. Ladies, enjoy this weekend. Because next week, reality hits. We're going to talk about next weekend the impending She Sessions, the global reset, and what's about to actually happen to your real-world marketplace. I'll give you a hint. If you don't know what's about to hit, I'll give you a hint. New York City has decriminalized the oldest profession in the book. The governor and the DA are no longer prosecuting ladies of the evening for plying their trades. Why do you think that is? The only people they might go after is the traffickers and the actual customers. But you go on WorldStar right now and you'll see business being done on a thoroughfare, at a stoplight. Hand to God. And if you guys think that's a joke, you need to understand that when this unemployment stops, that $15 trillion they've dumped into the economy, it's over. You know how many women have not paid rent since the beginning of COVID? There's no more outs. All that rent's going to come due. People got to go back to work because school's going to be open. When people go back to retail or the government or wherever the job is, because remember the demographics, 74% of women in our community make less than $50,000. It's that 74% that's going to hit the crunch because a lot of these people are not going to have jobs. Why do you think they decriminalized it? Y'all better understand what's about to come, gentlemen. If you are a man and you've been consistently or thoroughly employed during the pandemic, you are an asset that's only about to go up, 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 up in value. If you are a woman over here and you got your ear to the ground, it is best that you start getting your deals done now. Because in September, men with jobs, 401ks, property, next week, it happens. And so, well, I'm good. I'm good. I got a job. And I want you guys to think about this. Think about the people you know who are working at an office job, who've been off, who have not been working, especially if they have children. Ladies, the world, single women, hear me. The world has never been set up for single women Women, the world is always, the economies have been set up for two people. They're going to force you back. Some have to go get a hey big head. If you're really bad off, save me. And if you're really, really bad off, the bridge, the park, the tunnel. You know how many people I know with property who have caseloads like this that they're just waiting to take to eviction court? Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. They don't. Why do you think they decriminalized it? Because they're going to have to do something because there's no money left. And gentlemen, because you and I know there's no safety net for men, we live this way. Not to their detriment, women have not been told that the street waits for them. There's always something for them, especially if you had a kid. There's no more making a baby and go give another check. There's nothing. Coffers are empty. Hard times is coming. So,
I'm a PhD.
Student loans still gonna be due. But over here, winter is coming. That's right. Oh my God. Next week, winter is coming. That's gonna be the theme. Who did that for me? Who did that for me? Who did that? Who did that? Who put in there winter is coming? Who put in winter is coming? Next week, House Stark up in this bitch. What is it? Winter is coming. Shout out to London Paul. Shout out to London Paul. What were those dudes in the north? Next week, Godfather is the Night King. I'ma set this bitch up. Oh, hell yeah. We're in overtime now. Next week, we're gonna set this bitch up like the Godfather is gonna be like the Night King. Oh my gosh, that's gonna be dope. The Night King. Except I'm not going out with Arya. That ain't gonna happen, your boy. The White Walkers. We're gonna be the Black Walkers. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. Godfather, winter is coming. Winter has come. Yeah, boy. The White Walkers. Godfather, let us in. Close the gate. Remember that? Hard home. This is gonna be hard home. The Night King and hard home. This is hard home. Winter is coming. Hard home. Next week, winter is coming. Winter is coming. Would you like me to tell you a story about the White Walkers? There was a time back 1,000 years ago that a winter lasted more than a generation. Babies were born, lived, and died, all in their huts. And the White Walkers came down from the north riding their spiders, big as hounds. It's times like that when you know what you're really afraid of. Are those the kind of stories you want to hear, little girl? Winter is coming, ladies. They don't get it. Winter is coming. And they run around here talk about,
You know what? I am a strong, independent woman.
winter is coming.
I told you. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? 'Cause I told you. And when did I tell you? A long time ago. And what did I say will happen when I told you? Exactly what just happened.
And we sitting over here like this. Winter is coming, ladies. They just trying to scare us. They're just trying to tell us stuff. Winter is coming, ladies. They're just trying to scare us to make us go back with these rusty, busty, dusted, crusty musties. Winter is coming, ladies. You can't make me go back with one of you busted, crusty, dusties. Winter is coming, ladies. Winter is coming. I don't believe in no winter. Winter ain't gonna scare me. Winter is coming. They always trying to predict doom and gloom and try to bring the woman down like she needs to submit. See? He's promoting winter violence on women. You're out of your mind. Winter is coming. I can't stand him. He got the men over there acting like they thinking like they got some options over here. We the shiznit. Yeah, we only average $28,000 between us. Yeah, some of us got a net value, a net worth of $5. What that means? We got the whack. Winter is coming. Winter is coming. Orc Feast. That's what their light show is called, Orc Feast. Or this one, Dark Magic. Oh, this is going to be a scene next week, Dark Magic, or Song of Swords. They're going to be mad at me. And then we're going to be sitting over here looking like this with Excalibur shining brightly in the winter. They're going to be running up. Oh, my God. We've got to make it to Housestock. We've got to make it to Winterfell. No. No. No, you cannot come in. Raise the gate. The Nightwalkers are coming. The bill collectors are coming. Oh my God. The bill collectors are coming. Raise the gate. Oh my God. He tried to tell us, but we didn't want to listen. Oh my God. Oh. Anybody got a dragon? Somebody got a dragon? It's cold over here. Light the fire. We don't have no dragons. Oh my God, it's cold. It's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. We're going to play that song. Somebody write this down. Winter's coming, Night King, hard home. Baby, it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. I gotta go away, baby, it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. They're gonna be going like, I don't believe them. Ain't no window over here. They're gonna go turn on the lights in their house. We're like, turn on the lights. Turn on the lights. What happened to the lights? Winter is coming. Turn on the lights, girl. Baby, it's cold outside. Oh, we're going to hell. Is that it? Power surge. Gentlemen, prepare. Get your provisions. Sit back and watch the carnage. Winter is coming. But until the next time, peace. We're gone.
My schedule changes every semester, so flexibility is key. With the Winolo app, I find work on my time.
If you're playing games on a computer, there are a ton of essential programs that you need to know about. And they're free. Hi folks, it's Falcon, and today on Game Rank's 25 free PC programs every gamer should have. At number 25 is Patch My PC or 99. These programs allow you to update or install a lot of essential programs at once, and they're also really great for quickly setting up a new PC.
Galaxy. This will get you pretty much everything you want right out of the gate. A lot of the programs listed here aren't exactly PC gaming specific, but a lot of them are really useful in the day-to-day stuff you do on your computer. Both Nine-Night and Patch My PC are widely recommended. They're both fine to use. Nine-Night's very simple, while Patch My PC is a little bit more granular. They both have upsides and downsides, so check them out, see which one you prefer, but it's a really useful program. At number 24 is OpenRGB, which setting up RGB lighting for your computer can actually be pretty annoying. Seems like every manufacturer and developer out there has a different program with different settings, but OpenRGB can make adjusting your RGB lighting a lot easier. It's open source, it's not proprietary, and it works with both Windows and Linux. And it's got a really simple interface, has a low overhead, it's really easy to use. But be sure to check the supported devices list before you attempt to use the program, because certain hardware will not work with it. And number 23 is God Galaxy, a useful all-in-one launcher for every game you have installed, which will automatically compile games from Steam, Origin, Epic Game Store, pretty much everything else into one list. It even lets you choose which version you want to start if you have the same game on multiple launchers, and it's also great for compiling your friends list. If you don't want to use a launcher tied to a storefront, Play Night is a more basic but effective alternative. It's open source as well, but God's Galaxy is pretty much, it's great. And number 22 is KeyPass. It allows you to store passwords so that it autofills. Very handy dandy for dealing with the many logins that you have to deal with if you play a lot of online games and use one of the many launchers that publishers force on you. There are a lot of different versions of this type of software out there to do your research. KeyPass seems to be the most common recommendation, so yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's the best. Do some research first, but we found this one to be pretty good. And number 21 is WizTree. This is a WinDirStat alternative, which if you're unaware is a fast and easy way to clearly see what's taking up so much space on your hard disk in a visual manner. Because space management is always a huge issue for gaming, like file sizes keep getting bigger and bigger, this is a really useful thing to have around. WinDirStat is actually more popular than WizTree, but at this point it's very slow. It still works, it's a fine program, but there are alternatives, and WizTree is generally the one that we think is the best. Try it out and you'll see exactly why we say that. At number 20 is X-Link Kai, a pretty cool program that allows you to play LAN-enabled games online for a lot of consoles like Xbox, Xbox 360, GameCube, PS3, and even PS4. Like, for games that have ended online support, this is really good because this program lets you get online and play with your friends. For games that you just wouldn't normally be able to, it's entirely peer-to-peer, so getting it all set up isn't the easiest, but you'll be able to play classic Halo online with your friends once it is all set up, which is pretty good. At number 19 is Disabling Sticky Keys, which is not actually a program or an app, but is absolutely essential for any game. You know it, you hate it, Sticky Keys is the bane of all gamers out there. Disabling it isn't easy, it's actually fairly deep in the settings menu, but to do it, here, go to Settings, Ease of Use, Keyboard, and uncheck the shortcuts for sticky keys, toggler keys, and filter keys. There, you can tap on your keyboard to your heart's content now. Why is this still a thing in 2021? And number 18 is the GeForce Experience, which is hardware-accelerated recording software, which is super useful for screen capturing as long as you have an NVIDIA GPU. You can also use it to set video settings for games and download the latest NVIDIA drivers, but the most useful thing about it is definitely the ability to capture video. It's easy to set up and easy to use, both for capturing video and for streaming. And number 17 is AMD Relive, which is similar. It's recording software, but for AMD GPUs instead. It's also effective, it's also very easy to use, but I have a little less experience with it than the GeForce Experience. If you've got an AMD supported card, it's free, and it works well from what I have heard. And number 16 is Lightscreen, which is useful software for taking and processing screenshots. It takes a lot of the tedium out of sorting and capturing them as well. It works in the background where you just configure where you want your screenshots to go and what you want to do with them. It's a great option for any video game meme makers out there who don't want to bother with actual video recording software. And number 15 is MSI's Afterburner, which is hardware monitoring software that lets you tweak settings to your heart's content. It doesn't require an MSI card either. It can be used with both AMD and NVIDIA GPUs. The best, most well-known and trusted overclocking software is this, MSI Afterburner. If you want to push your new GPUs to the limit, this is the software you need to use. Now, even if overclocking isn't something you want to experiment experiment with, it's still a very useful piece of software for checking your settings and running benchmarks to see how powerful or how well your PC really is working. And number 14 is HW Info, a lightweight program very useful for hardware analysis, monitoring, and reporting. It's unobstructed, doesn't take up a lot of space, and is very well designed. It is an excellent alternative to MSI Afterburner. If you have no interest in overclocking, this is good hardware monitoring software for you. Keeping in mind that MSI Afterburner also does do that, it's just if you really, really want a discrete piece of software for that purpose. And number 13 is Reva Turner Statistics Server, also known as RTSS. This program is sort of a standard for frame rate monitoring, and you can use it in conjunction with Afterburner. You can also set global frame rate limits with it, like monitor frame rates and frame times. For people who really want to tweak their graphics, Afterburner and Reva Tuner are pretty much essential. And number 12 is DDU, the display driver uninstaller, a simple program that allows you to uninstall drivers for testing. You'll need this when the latest NVIDIA drivers start giving you problems, and they will. This program should only be used if the standard Windows uninstaller fails in uninstalling the drivers, and that does happen a pretty fair amount of the time. It's actually a much more common issue than you might think. A lot of PC problems stem from bad drivers, and a full removal and reinstall can fix a lot of issues. And number 11 is Vortex, the Nexus Mod Manager, originally called that, the Nexus Mod Manager. This program is essential if you want to get deep into modding with games like Skyrim or Witcher 3 or basically anything. It simplifies the process of modding so you can download mods, automatically sort them, activate or deactivate them, and launch the game through one interface. This program eliminates most of the frustration of modding. It makes it so much easier, and frankly, a lot of the variables are just taken out of the process. You just download, install, delete as you want. And number 10 is the NVIDIA Profile Inspector, an open source tool that works pretty much the same way as the NVIDIA Control Panel, but it has a lot more options that don't normally appear in that program. Like, it's useful for adjusting settings that can't be done in-game, either for games that are older or don't give you a lot of graphics options in the menu. But you can use this program to force stuff like anti-aliasing or VSync. Forcing VSync is particularly useful if you have a lot of older games like Hitman 2 or Dead Space, games that break when they run at a super high frame rate, and being able to force VSync actually makes them playable, but it does a lot of other useful things.
First, I try to invest in things that will help people. I invest in a company like Acorn because it allows you to take your change and they invest it into companies for you, and you get to grow your money while you're sitting still. Well, that helps people.
When you join Craven Nation, you're in the club. Sign up for Craven Nation in the app to get a free combo plus other exclusive offers. White Castle, long live sliders.
And number 9 is Notepad++, pretty much just a better version of Notepad as the name implies. Great for taking notes, but especially useful when you need to edit an INI file to get old games to work properly. Seriously, it seems kind of like a pointless thing, like just an improved version of Notepad. But it's something I end up using pretty constantly, and it's great for a lot of situations, including gaming. If you want to go beyond gaming, it's very good for writing code. You don't necessarily need those functions. They're there, though. Like I said, being able to edit an INI with color coding and various tools, however, is very nice. And number 8 is Borderless Gaming, a simple program that lets you turn window games into full-screen games, basically useful for any game that doesn't have a borderless full-screen option. It's useful for getting older games to run properly in full screen, as well as playing games with multiple monitors, so that you can do things on your second monitor without the game locking your mouse or forcing focus or anything like that as well. You'd be surprised how many uses this type of thing has, so if you have any of those types of situations, consider Borderless Gaming. At number 7 is Widescreen Fixer, a utility that really tells you what it does in the name. It lets you play older games that don't have widescreen options in widescreen resolution, regardless of if they're supposed to allow it or not. It's pretty much specifically for use with old games. The website it was hosted on has been down since 2014, but the program itself is very useful for getting widescreen settings to work with certain games. Even though it's kind of outdated at this point, it's still really nice to have if you like to play older games. I mean, those games are outdated as well, correct? It works well with a large list of games and removes the hassle of having to deal with unique widescreen fixes for every single game you want to play. And number 6 is flawless widescreen, which at first glance sounds like
And that's how I hop off the game.
screens you have, the faster you can go. One of the biggest lessons from Cannonball is that speed along a road trip doesn't necessarily come from how you drive. It actually comes from how you prepare for that drive. And I love road trips. I go on them as often as I possibly can, especially when they involve probably unreliable but interesting supercars. And so I've done a lot of that over the last 18 months with Car Trek, and exotic car rallies are another way that I really just enjoy to get out with a group of like-minded enthusiasts and have an awful lot of fun driving. But of course, as you prepare for a challenge like an exotic car rally, a huge amount of time should be spent on exactly how you set the car up in order to achieve or maximize the odds of achieving the best possible outcome. And obviously the first objective, anytime you're going to drive a fast car along a public road, is how do we minimize hopefully unplanned and unnecessary interactions with law enforcement. And for me, and I know for Arnie Toman, who is going to be my co-driver this year on the Gold Rush Rally, the police countermeasures are a huge part of that equation, and something that we really enjoy trying to stay ahead of the curve on and understanding what the latest and greatest and best products are. And I will concede to being a little bit of a dinosaur in that world lately, because a lot of the countermeasures and the things that I used in our 2013 record that I still own and will occasionally put in a car before a road trip to see some family are not necessarily at the bleeding edge anymore. And so Arnie has continued to just study and make sure that he fully understands that. And so for Gold Rush this year, we were going to take the Paris Hilton SLR. I've grown to just absolutely love that car, and honestly, it's been about 3 weeks in the shop in a video that you may have seen with Tyler Hoover, needing a few things, and we obviously did not do all $34,000 worth of stuff they told me that it might need, but I did everything that it really did need to be safe, to hopefully be reliable, and to be as ready as it could be mechanically for what was going to be about 5,000 miles round trip. We were going to go from Atlanta up to New York, several stops along the way, back to Atlanta, and then eventually to the finish line out in Dallas. And so it was going to be an amazing trip. And honestly, I thought the SLR was kind of the perfect car for it. It was going to be, I think, the oldest car on the rally, except for one of the sponsors brought an R33 Skyline. But in terms of an exotic car, it was certainly going to be not necessarily the same thing as taking a brand new Ferrari, McLaren, Lamborghini, or something like that, like most of the people who do these rallies do. They're all under warranty, low mile, fairly new exotic cars. We were going to be there in something that would have been perfect if you were taking it 10 or 15 years ago. But regardless, I felt like the SLR was the perfect choice. It had a very large trunk, but I had a very, very narrow window between when we wrapped filming Car Trek 5 and when I would need to depart to meet Arnie up in New York with the car, hopefully as ready as possible. Arnie had reached out to the guys at Redenzo, and they had sent us the latest, greatest, best on the market radar detector and laser jamming system. They take the AL Priority, which is the best laser jamming system, and they integrate all the software with their radar detector, which again is the best on the market, becomes fully built in, invisible to anybody who might want to look for it, and great at long-range detection. And so that came to me in a box, along with the newest, best unit and police scanner, which is amazing. We had that last year when we did Gold Rush, also as Team Modified, with Arnie's S6, the one that they sent the latest COVID record in. And so that scanner, rather than the way we had to deal with the one that's in the CL55, where you had to program it for hours and put the frequencies on different banks, this one, literally, you just turn it on and you hear cops. And so that, combined with the best radar detector and the best laser jamming system, and then all the other accoutrement that we might want to prepare the car for the road trip, meant that we really did have the best prepared car for this rally. And that's something that makes us proud. It also makes us feel like we're as well prepared as we possibly can to, again, achieve the best possible outcomes in terms of getting there safely, getting there quickly, and not having anything to deal with after you get home. And so I needed to get all of that installed, and the best place to turn to was Cartoons. They had prepared the CL55 in the years leading up to the Cannonball record. They also did most of the electronics install in the S55 that I won the 2904 with and set the New York to LA competitive event record in 2015. And so they were certainly the go-to guys. Are also a Redenzo dealer, so they were very happy to have them installing it. And so I took it to them, and they said it was going to take them 22 hours of work to install this thing, but we only had about 2 days, and I still needed some other things to get done to the car, and I had to pack. And so they got that 22 hours done by several people kind of working on the car at the same time in just 10 hours. And so I go back, I pick up the car, but Glossit had spent over 100 hours detailing this car in order for it to be delivered to me perfectly after I bought it from the auction that was representing it as being the Paris Hilton SLR. And so it looked too good to possibly expose to all the rock chips and things, and so I needed a clear bra put on the car. But normally, again, that's a multi-day process. So I called the guys over at AP3. They've been a supporter and a sponsor of VinWiki over the years. And I said, hey guys, I need a full frontal clear bra, but I need it done fast and dirty. You have 4 hours. And yeah, honestly, they get excited about challenges like that. Obviously, I'm not going to get mad if there's a speck of dirt or a bubble or anything like that. I just want the car to be protected. And to be honest, I didn't see any issues with it. They did the rockers, they did the hood, they did the bumpers, fenders, everything. And the car was really ready to go. And so I go home, and then the next step in really preparing your car for a road trip is how you lay everything out. And so I knew that we were going to need 12-volt splitters, which required removing part of the center console in order to have constant access to the plug there, and then to make sure that we had backups for that, cords routed everywhere with mounts on the windshields for our iPhones and tablets and things like that, because Arnie was going to bring both an Android tablet to run an app that would allow us to detect planes and also see further out. It would kind of sweep ways for alerts further than they would normally alert us through the app. And then also he was going to have an iPad to run Waze on a bigger screen. So he's got his high-powered, stabilized military spec binoculars.
More for your money. Andy Moore Chevrolet has the new Chevy you want in stock, and that saves you a ton of money.
Drive into summer in a new 2021 Chevrolet Trax, leased for just $99 a month, or a new 2021 Chevrolet Equinox, leased for just $199 a month. Plus, get 0% APR financing for up to 72 months on the most popular 2021 Chevy SUVs.
So save a ton now at Andy Moore Chevrolet.
Join us for the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary, the world's most magical celebration, beginning October 1st.
And so again, we had every gadget that you could reasonably deploy in a car in that amount of time, and it was ready to go. I was excited. You know, again, we were representing Team ModFind, which was one of our sponsors this year for VinWiki. It's an enthusiast marketplace to buy, sell, trade, new, used, OEM aftermarket car parts, and so you can download it at the link in the description. And we were just so grateful that so many supporters of the channel had allowed us to have one of these experiences. And that's one of the things about these exotic car rallies. One of the things about any kind of epic drive in a really, really cool car is it has this once-in-a-lifetime feel, but eventually you kind of get to make a habit of it. And so it was one of those things that I was so excited to be able to kind of put all the pieces together. Arnie was going to be my co-driver for the first half. My wife was hopefully going to be my co-driver for the second half. It's going to be just an amazing trip. About 11 days all in between my round trip of getting there, and again, about 5,000 miles. And so the SLR had been driven about 2,000 miles in the prior 10 years. This was going to be quite a test for it, again, as the oldest car on the grid. But we get up to New York, we get everything laid out, and you know, we say in the Cannonball world that the more screens you have, the faster you can go, because it just makes you feel like you're prepared. And again, the preparation is how you achieve good speed. Now, of course, nobody that gets a trophy for being first, nobody really cares. However, anytime you're driving in a big group of exotic cars, the best way to avoid kind of the detection of police, getting into issues with other traffic on the road, and just anything else that... Now, the people in the middle of the pack think front driving are going to stay generally ahead of the pack and cruise along at 90 to 100. Easily stay out in front. The people in the back will get a little bit, they have to go occasionally 140, 50, 60 miles an hour if they want to stay as close as they possibly can to the front of the pack. Now, again, that's not a huge sensitivity. We don't have anything to prove. We're just here, honestly, to have a good time and to add to the event. So we're trying to help mark cops on Waze and all the other apps that we use in order to make sure that everybody has the best experience possible. And we did, honestly. Gold Rush was, as always, an epic adventure, and we absolutely enjoyed it. I can't wait for the next one. Now, I will say things didn't go well in terms of the car, and that's what they might. It's all in one of these events. And, you know, you can criticize exotic car rallies for a lot of things, but the guys at Gold Rush put together what is certainly the most prestigious and the most significant exotic car rally that's happening this year. And so I was honored and privileged to be able to get to go this year, and it was an amazing fleet of cars out there. I mean, just everything you could imagine right off the pages of DuPont Registry, and an amazing time. And so thank you all so much. I did a couple of live streams while we were there, posted a lot on Instagram, so thanks for following along. But I'll tell you more about how strangely and how badly things went next week. Shopping for insurance can be an absolute nightmare, but it doesn't have to be thanks to Policy Genius. They're our sponsor for this month at VinWiki, and you can visit them at the link in the description below. You tell them a little bit about yourself, a little bit about your property, and they find the best deal by shopping amongst all the major carriers at the same time. In fact, you can bundle things like homeowners insurance and auto insurance, and the average user that bundles both of those things saves about $1,100 a year. So be sure to check them out and thank them for